let's talk about SEO, or search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is essentially the practice of getting your website to show up higher in the what we call the organic section of any sort of search engine results page, known more in a fun way as the free section. It typically comes after the ads and the map section on any sort of search engine results page. These are a great way to get patients, and a lot of patients, for literally no money. But there's drawbacks. So what's the difference between Google Ads and SEO? Google Ads is more like a light switch. You turn it on, you get you to the top of search immediately, and you basically just stay up there until you run out of money. But if you turn it off, you immediately lose all of that visibility. With SEO is more like an exercise program. When you show up to the gym for the first time, you don't instantly lose 30 pounds. It takes time. You gotta show up, and you gotta show up consistently and put in the right amount of work. And eventually, over time, you'll lose that 30 pounds. If you stop going to the gym, you don't immediately gain the 30 pounds back. So while SEO can take some time to build, it also has a lot more permanence. It allows you to stay there longer. And so when you're starting an SEO program, you think of it as more of a long-term approach to building your patient base and building a stream of patients long-term. So you should expect it's gonna take about 6 months for your SEO program to start generating demonstrable results, such as traffic and new patients. But once it hits, it works really, really well. One of our clients has gotten one blog, has gotten over 6,500 visits to it over the past 6 months. Can you imagine having 6,500 patients? That's one of the big values of SEO, is that you can reach a large patient base really quickly. What are the elements of SEO? Now, this can be a really complicated topic, but we tend to look at SEO as being divided up into offense, defense, and fans. So let's start with your defense, which is technical SEO. Now, technical SEO is all about your website, and it usually starts with, can Google even find your website? Many times, some of the back-end code on the website doesn't actually allow Google to read it. And usually when you launch a website, you have to change that code. Sometimes marketing agencies forget to change the code. And so you want to make sure that Google can actually read your site, and so that they can index it for the right keywords. Furthermore, the back-end code of your site needs to send signals to Google about, hey, what is this site about? That's where people will talk about meta descriptions and metadata and title tags. You should have title tags that reflect where you are and what your site is about. Talking about sleep apnea, solutions, treatment, CPAP alternatives. All of this should be in the code of your site so that Google can read it. Furthermore, the structure of your site should be built in a way that Google can read easily and reach all of the pages of your site. So a lot of that has to do with your homepage and having links out to all the subpages on your site via your homepage. Google will start at the top of your homepage, it will crawl all the way down, and it will follow the links out. So you want to make sure that all of your pages have links to other pages on your site so that all of them can be found and indexed and ranked properly so that it can get in front of patients. Your web team should do a lot of this work for you up front when they build the site. But an SEO team can come in and do a lot more of the advanced work, depending on what wasn't done by your web team, and really take it to the next level. Now, that may mean adding more pages. That may mean reformatting the pages. That may mean restructuring the site itself or adding or changing data. But your SEO team should come in and be able to use the existing site to make upgrades to your SEO to make it show up better. The second half of the technical SEO portion of things is site speed. Does your site load fast? It's shown that a lot of patients will leave your site if it takes more than 3 seconds to load. So your web team and your SEO team should be able to work together to be able to increase your site speed. That might mean reducing the size of images on your site. That may mean taking off videos, sadly. That should mean reducing the JavaScript load. There's a lot of things that they're gonna do to make the site load fast, but this is especially important to happen on your mobile phone, because 70% of your audience is going to be seeing your website on their phone. And so having a website that loads really well on your phone and loads fast is gonna be critical to technical SEO success. The second part is your offense, or your on-page SEO efforts. Now, a lot of this comes down to content. You're gonna talk to a lot of SEO teams that say you need 10,000 words of copy on every page. And that is not true. But you do need more than a couple hundred, because you need to tell Google what your business does. What is your website about? And this needs to be clear on every page. So you should expect that you should have probably at least 1,000 words on every page of your site, except for about your About Us page or your Contact Us page. Now, there's a page on your site. There's a difference between there's your core service pages, and then there is your blog content or knowledge hub, as we like to call it in the healthcare world. Your core pages are going to be about what you do. A lot of our clients come to us with one page about their services, like their testing and their treatment, CPAP alternatives. But as you know from our previous courses, someone that needs testing is not the same as someone that needs a CPAP alternative. You want to have your pages as specific as possible, dedicated to each one of your different service offerings based on what we know about the 3 stages of the sleep treatment journey. You want to have a dedicated sleep testing page. You want to have a dedicated sleep treatment page, each with their own sets of robust content talking about what you do and why you're the best at it. This is not only going to help patients, but help Google rank your pages for the right keywords that it sees that you're relevant for based on that content. The other part is your knowledge hub. That's where we're going to write consistently about the treatment options that you have, the benefits of sleep apnea treatment, benefits of your sleep apnea treatment, and the demographics that you serve. One of the ways that we have found the most success is really funneling in to the demographics of your practice. A good example is the military. We have a lot of clients that are in the near military bases, and a lot of military members unfortunately have sleep apnea, and at a higher rate than the general population. By writing content specific to military members, talking about what causes their sleep apnea, as opposed to other demographics of the US population, we can actually funnel down to a smaller niche, but a more relevant niche, and get them decide to work with you. If you work with a lot of retired folks, if you work with a lot of athletes, these are all really good demographics to focus in on and focus on their problems and why you're a good solution for them. There's also less competition for these keywords as opposed to something generic like sleep apnea symptoms or what causes sleep apnea. And so that means there's less competition, means you have a better chance to serve and get your article up at the top of search. You may write an article like this and it may get nothing for the first few months. You may find it suddenly, that article suddenly gets to the top of search, Google suddenly decides that it's very relevant, and you suddenly get all kinds of traffic, thousands of searches a month just for one blog on your website. And so keep at it, stay diligent. Content creation is about consistency and building authority over time. The last part of your SEO efforts are your offsite SEO efforts. You'll routinely hear the words backlinking, and that's exactly what offsite SEO is building more backlinks to your website. But what is a backlink? A backlink is when another website decides to take a link of your website and put it on theirs. What this indicates is that your website has so much value that someone else wanted to link to it and send their traffic and their website visitors to it. Google views this as a tremendous indicator of authority and expertise if another website is willing to send their traffic to you. There's a lot of ways to generate backlinks other than just asking. A lot of these real world actions do actually translate into backlinks online, which builds your SEO value of your website and gets you ranking higher. So don't just do things only online. Go out and talk to journalists in the real world. Get them to interview you. Run those events. Run seminars. A lot of these things will really help you build more PR value and SEO value as a result. As you can see, SEO is a complicated, deep subject matter that takes time, but if you have a professional running it well and hitting all of these 3 elements, it will help you build a long-term patient pipeline that won't go away just because you're spending less money. We're doing all these marketing efforts, but none of it matters if we don't know how well it's working. So let's talk about how to track your marketing efforts next.